Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Brandon back here with another video for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And today we're going to be going over Biden's relief bill or stimulus package that he presented last night, and the details were out yesterday as well. So I'll just kind of break down just a few points out of that and just kind of briefly talk about it and what that could mean for the market going forward in the immediate future and maybe a little bit more long term. But before we get into that, I post videos Monday through Friday, and I cover everything under the financial umbrella, whether it's the stock market or financial news. So if you're interested in that, hit that sub button. It takes like 1 second. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, this video is not going to be a long video at all, so I'm going to try to keep it pretty short and sweet, so that way it's easy to follow and there's not too much to go into great detail here. But the first thing that you guys need to know about the plan, it is $1.9 trillion. So it is definitely, it's almost twice as big. Actually, I think it might be twice as big as the one that just got passed a couple weeks ago. And so it's just, money's not real. It just keeps going, just keeps printing. It's never going to stop. But one of the big takeaways a lot of people got and were a little surprised by is that there was not $2,000 checks per post. It was actually only $1,400 checks, because he's accounting that $600 check everybody got just a few weeks ago. So $1,400 per person. So that's a little bit different than what a lot of people thought, but I mean, it's definitely a lot more than 600, so it's definitely something I'm sure everybody would take. But this next one I really wanted to talk about. This one was probably the biggest shock to everybody, and one that people didn't really see coming right away. But this is that he is pushing for a $15 minimum wage federally. So that means everywhere across the states, you have to have a $15 minimum wage. Now, this one definitely came as a shock. A lot of people didn't see this coming, and I was a little surprised by it, seeing it in the bill. I didn't think this would be wrapped up in his stimulus bill. I thought it was going to be more of a standalone bill later on down the line, but he's wanting to really push this in his bill now. So I thought it was interesting that he did that, and I'm very interested to see how Congress is going to take that, if they're going to really rebut it or if they're going to really push for it too. And now with all of this and the bill he's proposed, the $1.9 trillion, I do not see this passing until the earliest would probably be February, if I had to guess. Just the way it's been kind of presented, and we're already about halfway through the month. I just do not see this being passed in January, especially with how Congress moves. If I had to put a time frame on it, I would say you're maybe looking around middle of February. So maybe even tail end of February. Just depends on the fine details that they decide to debate on. And I think the biggest point of debate is really going to be the $15 minimum wage. I'm very curious to see if they're going to go back and forth on it. They're going to compromise for a smaller minimum wage raise to maybe like $12. Who knows? Right now, $15 is what they want to have. And now that they have majority blue everywhere, they're definitely going to have more pressure on the Republicans to get things passed. But it's going to be a very interesting next month or two just regarding the updates on the stimulus stuff, and it's something I'm going to definitely be staying tuned on. And now with this bill, if you're watching this the day this comes out, you'll definitely notice that the market has taken a decent dip today, and it's kind of shown me the market was okay with it. They didn't love the proposal, so I think the short-term market might be a little bit choppy, so it might be a little bit down just because of how high we were in the market. And I think it was a little let down that there wasn't $2,000 checks, just $1,400. But overall, the market's the market. I figured there'd be a small downturn once this bill was brought out, especially since it's a blue wave. Usually you would see a short downturn in the market before anything would happen. So I'm not too overwhelmingly surprised with what's going on right now. But the main thing that I'm going to be very curious to see kind of how it turns out, it is still more short-term outlook, but I'm very curious to see what the next couple months are going to bring, because once Biden takes office, it's going to be a lot of stuff flying in, like debating that COVID bill, the new one, see if that gets passed quickly or if it takes a while and it stalls out, what other things are going to happen, if there's going to be another potential lockdown that's going to be happening, because he's talked about that before, then that might be a direction that we go towards. That's going to be very interesting. And if there's talks of another shutdown, the market could really kind of shut down a little bit, have some quick pullbacks. And I just think the market's going to be pretty unpredictable these next couple months. So if you are a stock trader or an options trader, this is probably going to be a fun couple months for you. But if you're a long-term investor, maybe just stay out of the markets, just watch it, see what happens, and just kind of digest what you think is best and just go accordingly and stick to your plan and stay strong with what you're doing. But I definitely just feel like this first half of 2021 is definitely going to be one to watch closely, as there's so many things happening, and it's probably only going to get crazy from here as everything's starting to expire and they keep trying to extend everything, and something might break down eventually and there might be a huge opportunity in the market to take advantage of, but time will tell with that one. But like I said today, guys, it was just going to be a really short video, just going over briefly some of the key points in that bill and just my quick thoughts on it. If that $15 minimum wage does happen, that is going to be definitely interesting to see what's going to happen around the country overall. But I won't get too deep into that. But again, if you like today's video, make sure to hit that sub button. Videos Monday through Friday. I post them usually about 4 o'clock Eastern time, right when the market closes. So if you want to be the first one to watch it, that's about the time I'm posting videos throughout the week. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday.